Difference between PPP mode and government projects. An overview of key distinctions in project delivery models. Introduction. The public-private partnership (PPP) mode and government-run projects represent two distinct approaches to infrastructure development and public service delivery. While both aim at achieving similar outcomes, such as improving infrastructure and public welfare, the involvement and roles of the parties, as well as the funding mechanisms, differ significantly. Definition of PPP mode. In the PPP model, the government partners with private enterprises to deliver public services or infrastructure. The private partner contributes to financing, designing, building, and even operating the project for a specified period. The government provides oversight and may offer incentives, while the private entity seeks to profit through operations and long-term management. Definition of government projects. Government projects are entirely funded, managed, and operated by the government. The government assumes full responsibility for designing, constructing, and maintaining public infrastructure or services. These projects are typically funded through public budgets, with no direct involvement of private sector capital in terms of ownership. Key differences. Funding sources. PPPs involve both private sector capital and government funding, while government projects are fully funded through public budgets. Risk sharing. In PPPs, risks related to construction and operations are shared between the private partner and the government, whereas in government projects, risks are borne by the government alone. Control and ownership. PPP projects often involve the private sector owning or operating the infrastructure for a set period, while government projects are fully owned and controlled by the government. Efficiency and innovation. PPPs encourage innovation due to the competitive nature of the private sector, while government projects may be more bureaucratic and slower to implement. Advantages of PPP mode. Improved efficiency. The private sector's focus on performance and profit incentivizes efficient project delivery. Innovation. PPPs bring in new technologies, innovative solutions, and expert management to infrastructure development. Risk transfer. The government can transfer certain risks to the private sector, such as financial and operational risks. Long-term maintenance. The private sector's involvement in operation and maintenance ensures that the infrastructure remains efficient and up to date. Advantages of government projects. Full control. The government retains complete control over project implementation and operation. Public accountability. Since the project is publicly funded, there is transparency and accountability to citizens. Sovereign responsibility. The government ensures the project meets the needs of citizens without the goal of profit-making. Long-term stability. Government-funded projects may be more stable in terms of funding and less subject to market fluctuations. Conclusion. Both the PPP mode and government-run projects have their unique advantages and challenges. The choice between the two depends on the nature of the project, the required investment, and the desired level of private sector involvement. In some cases, a combination of both models might be employed to achieve optimal outcomes for public services and infrastructure.